another bunto ya did to Subremu so or down for any Kuba Quabe or Diet part of the constituency. It's me, Edia Poniaba. Now, boots no idea, and Waka Kakra, a hard journey. And district assembly, it's me a pump for Edemaya. But district assembly, yeah, and I think what that's senior citizens. You know, I come so far, for the first time, young pet life jacket. And from Nipa, Wamatana, Bootunum, Nasa, the Suni, Nasa Bootunumpo, Abubachi Mapua, one more EBTB, Ashes life jackets, or how be Emma. Now, we are the Kanya, a BSC, our Achimda. I don't know as the parliamentary candidate of the biggest party, Achimda Hatino. Now, Yejina, that video so at the above, Achimoda, senior citizens for Abaso. Now, the parliamentary candidate, Mesomit contributed 10 of the life jackets at the car home and my 25. But the bigger story in order and none of pay Mama Muka Yedi Munkomo, any order Yenya asphalt for the first time. Many are and we see about the for the first time, Kota Pa asphalt and the Yafia Buya Panso, our Achimda, 20 kilometers. And just more construction work. Almost me a bit here, almost yet Jumano, a Bibacoba or that secondary school, Bibacoba government hospital, a Bibacoba community nursing training. And I think all the major routes, state town routes, I walk at him dying 20 kilometers, no, a Bibacoba Huyina. Now, I want to say, we are at the ABA, a BNC that. And Untino and Noah. You both say construction is here municipal assembly, aircraft for most of the areas, not just or now we and penny for a Guayama to mediate about so a 3-year president, Nana Adodanqua Kufadu. Now, or share about a 3-year of roads. Now, when or that, na sabe wakai or that, any senior minister. Honorable Yawasafu Mafo, also Eddie Booting to mine, and Afe Yenya Bema, also the office of the Vice President, Director of Operations, Alhaji Smaila, one more camp boom, and Afe Municipal Chief Executive. That's why, Sabe, may I think Yemi, na may Pago campaign, na Yatu Abama, Nasa to Aba, Ediaman and Adan Pakufadu, Ama Oda, Enya, and Madudua. Then you know, I will say, and I'm telling you, this asphalt is going to change the game. A campaign is a game changer. But I'm telling you, everything and Nano, Minyaka, and to Abano, it's as the Jubeki are Coswadano, Ama Oda for any Asopa, Eddie Ama Apino, and as Onipa, Nigramia for Abama Media, Miltina, with it so, Eddie Nasia, Kestia, PSA, Ediama, the president. Any Pedipua, what Mukwaya, Ama Yaka, yes, said you may be a Baba and Ne, or that I have a fair. I mean, I better go down.
Now, Aquasimi Missa, a Biba fan is a quota and Kebefan for granted. Now, Adentina about that a big deal, sir.
And what I make is that, this is the first time where Yenya asphalt and Kata water, and other plan on the media, I say, a lot of times, so be a pure that, and I yapan you, Yenim MP in Yapai, MP Nadia, where you want to solve a Yapai. But on our way, I find an seeing another the representative of your people to government. And what the answer over lobby. And to do something, Minya Metra Kunyanso, and Penny Puetimia Puama Kota Aba. Minya, just a new try to know a bit in there. And lay about support here, lay a wood about Subodiano, and I was here done in the by a president, Jabapeni, and a honorable Yawasafumafo, and a Nipa and Puaya, Master to mediate. I mean, we are not taking it for granted, sir. Let's go back on that. Set up for hey, then what in there, they go down to Africa. It's a historic. At that TV, the first time why it's many baby say, I will attend that Amakono, the name Atri, not Amakono,
I see. Monkosu Nima Urusin when EJ, Echebe Samba Bidinkomo.
I remember that Bebre.
Yeah, that's it, Bebre. Kwesi Akwa, Alexander Kwesi Akwa, parliamentary candidate Achimda NPP. And Motene Kase and then Echichin Common. Asphalt in order, big.
Ese na papa no wabo. Ese na papa no wabo. ese na papa no waabo.
Oso waabo papa why you head cry. No waabo dem do wo. Why you head papa waabo chom. No waabo, no waabo.
Oro for yata.
Hello.
What him say na mu police bet me abecho.
Police. Kwame.
Papa.
Police me yo police then I where the police ho.
Papa.
If you see police me na say catch you say e kura no mfimfim wo wa say den kura gina mo ensuru no. Na me dey na me say o wi ase. Police. Me say ka bia na kura na ka me go na be me. Na the police me fa me na hwe na kete si chebi kurum ka. Within 15 minutes ka help insurance e jabetum 15 minutes fe. Opa police no omra. Tell me what happened. I am calling my organizers. 15 minutes. One my family go police station. Only I you this one. Yes. God, you small boys how? You small boys how? I crowd film wa. You do not know na one. Means no hute.
Roma to trust the police station baby. Na idea begusa DC ne MPC. Idea police station na back Roma no. Ye be chi nipa bi amamrantie bi abomu dom percent. Police for be me na wa no ma chi nipa to police station. The police for no ko ho ana amrantie no kwa ko yi police ni no. Anam ko yi almost suspected them no na agi police for them ana em say enra kra enra BBC wo race course eye grofo akọ a mu de mu pe fans as ho sisi dan police focus stop mo no ma start to ebo police no ye na ebo mo ban police no ye na ebo property ho ban na say ye ti bi amoye ho ban a na efa so ban na wo yeso obi abe wadwene say police station ya chi di pa ho o de ope police station wa ko yi di pa no a me fa say me di Kumasi police na ba begu kroma ya ye 1-to-1 boot to boot who say mo na mo so ma ye mo asoma ma ye ne ma ye mfa nya adwuma ne ma na ye be yusu na no make us and make am man ka se for nko me come obia o te ga na say emre na grofo take police station no it say twem police force a mo be ye adwuma wa ha no it say mo ye adwuma no ma animonyam ba police adwuma mu enye say kroketwa yi mo ba gigi bribe mo ba ha now the police ba twetwe bribe heart o police ni ba ha o che o ba gigi the grofo guys o mo ni be bro so enti se police ni so ye obi abone a o ma ya so nti na obi afa emra no enhye nsem.
Peace FM. Peace FM.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Peace 104.3. Yetwa Yijimediano so National Youth Organizer Emma New Patriotic Party. Nana B Ewaha Anope. Nana B Majen.
Chairman General Kwame Sifakan.
Yes, I chance now, madam.
Rapping for Cheme.
A chance now.
Rapping with you.
Banam Peso Bebo.
There be an intimate
session. Why should do?
So program today.
Say you for being at you now wanting ho.
Chairman and no 1 or 2 B.
Say a dear young.
Chairman Fatcheme.
Aquaba. Nehiana is so I be doing Tiaquaba.
Chairman Pacho Mejoso.
Boko dear.
Chairman Yamada Roma, Yamidia Bidri Beneza, Yamidia Biduni.
Amen.
Katremada Bujimuna Mujadi, Mufusania de Nase. Nyame enebedanase mamemfa wa fidikesi so na menchia one umpenifunyina na mo fanso wa say uncle Kwesi Pratt of amechao o wata de eni da kama fa
on se sana na mo se sana Kwesi macha kwaba boko na so yo, I'm getting feedback from the mic. Nanabi,
Chairman General.
What pro what to say?
Chairman, Medasi, Chairman, a jebu, enya baby, a year registration, the Electoral Commission, then I dream Poba say, or Bessa was share, or yeah. Register for Chairman Yashasi, and say Omuyi 36 days in ADC ho. No more yes, more purpose exercise and so. amode enabe na mienu
amode be 38 days
38 days
yeah.
chairman that's nyame adaroma enamu bia bra na ye hase na consent bebrebe na ewo ho titru ebra ya yehu covid ya besensen yokomi nti nipa dodo na no express legitimate concern and isi so ya de ebechichi mu enema omo ye PPs a omoto ene ekwan a pefa so mbe no kama nyame nchade akoyi pa chairman over 6,500 registration centers and you true din wo honom largely na yi baako mienu bi ene arehosem a registration yimu enipa mienu ahwe omon kwa chairman I think is most unfortunate and nyesa na nke nyina epeno na was all stakeholders chairman ye pema koso ni true din a isi den no se obitime hwere ne nkwa ewo ho ye to akoso no o se etimi epesa ne ma we nyina ho pomasibre na yetimi ejai sa ene ma we se nyina enti misre se nyame ya adomo a sa ye trobi ye wi a ye koye ni ma bibia no ye progress ye progress ye koye nim enti se ene ne de we ye gu wi a se wo hwe numbers no hwe figures ni na chairman encourage electoral commission di na no asem aba betudwa o ma che ne omo ye sisi a political parties no chairman yen so yetimi kwa pro me party atumi tumu ena mu a ekopie north yakobuno east pa Ashanti region yakwa hafu yakobuno ba eastern region Greater Accra so yenanti mu ba pro kakra bebia yakoye bia chairman na eso ani na sena mekan bebia betimi akasa the minuses was all major stakeholders political parties any security agencies getting back together any kwan say ye trudin chairman also will be creating me ehwere ne nkwa na car ya shika na ya shimuto ene ensemba komunu bi sisi mu eno de no kwasem ne say na enye adia eso ani ewo dintro ne ho but largely to be very fair to the Electoral Commission how much conduct your mono and say oma ya adie yi papa ye be stress sa nyema ye hu ne kakra ya eye associated with the registration no interest na interest no was through registration process no but chairman interest no so na mu pija ebra ye kwakoto aba no enti niam ba kom yenu aye hu no registration period yi mu no also yetimi esi hu nkonya na yetimi eso ano ebra ye kwakoto aba no cause abato no so no na interest nitimi pija pa se ne be ya obi akra no ana moja kra ana obi akra hunti eni ba kokra mfiri obi a etiso eti chairman many aje ni akoso na so far no so hwe figures na Electoral Commission ede ebetu dwa no so na chairman so ani unse na nipa bebre na esu se bia yenkonkutro edin bebre na fi se bia covid ntino na arehemu eni ho se obi kwa obekotro but nyame cha de so hwe figure omo de ebetu dwa na hwe the original analysis na Ghana fatso mu di pa yebebo bibia abaso titiriu ye wo fa so no ye mabunu a afi na omanya opportunity ni se omuso beto aba e de yi omampani ene emrahye bedwafo obi wo ha na first time a wo to aba ni amemfa wo fidi kase su na mema omunyina etirinkwa se constitution ni kire enipa also mo ekoto aba dise wo kasa enipa no ho de ana ese ya hohoho a eti chairman generally na me say we be my preliminary comment ametimi ameka fa ho say generally it was okay enra yeah general secretary and central for inshemu the ensem atudwa ebo media abaso bo security abaso ebo obibia abaso enti chairman ye wa ho ye twen enyame adoma 22nd sempanifo etiase date ne dia na ye the manifesto tudwa enti abobo ye ho anesa say elections aye ben so no ye besai akokoden aka asempa Ghana for na ye de amobrase ne odo ade ahye Ghana for say omonsan ema nana adodankwa akufuado eye 4 more term na on san fanya juma and samaye and chairman we be initial
Martin Anabi Medas say this one from Ebenezer Accra Station Takoradi. I support the chairperson of the NCC, Ms. Josephine Nkrumah, who says voters should reject candidates who support violence. And then let's see, this one also says, okay, we're discussing voter registration and matters arising. Kwesi, the good, the bad, and the ugly. One dead, car burnt, critical condition, MPP and DC supporters, and Kwanta Mahama condemns violence at voter registration center. Kufuado won't endanger Ghana's peace. Ignore Mahama's claim, says John Wood. But Kwesi, you share it in Treya. It was saying, Akoye.
No, sir, did try to say,
yeah, Kwesi.
You hear me saying?
Area.
Compilation of new voters was area.
Miss Edincho, say you capture in the area.
There be,
yeah, Yonaka.
Okay. The Dick and Edincho, baby, a bra, Ibenya voters register for fraud. And over, let's just say, and no yamai. So say, I'm say, Omugusua, Oma Mutrimu, and you Omuchimu on Kakra. I found a binuma as we won't qualify or more register challenges near the know your processes are a buso. And watching, I'm say exhibition of voters register survivor. Now, exhibition no, be a alcohol, Naso bidding was when it's a Udin Baswa, and to me Casatia Nina. The cracker and say, if they do Pempensubino, Ibenya voters register. Na yɛde akɔto aba nukure ni nia minia na nabi kan no nukure trudo kɔtro din na kɔto aba so a ɛno so asikan wɔ yɛde ne bepie kɔtro din na kɔto aba ka enya de akɛse asikan wɔ bia ɛbɛ nkontin ba yɛde jam nkrɔfoɔ moto a yɛhyɛ no asotɔre nkrɔfoɔ di ne ade meko yidi guni pani ni adeni na keni se basa ayade a yasefim yi pa se 2020 pa Ghana ya famu nyina bedu 2020 ya kotrodi a sansem sami premu no de alabraka
se kotrodi nkeke
pato
se kotrodi nkeke eno so wenu na be piemu a asifim na hadwin yi pa na edintroi ehun sunsanso bi ho a yen sheda nya hwehwemu ehun ni sisi aye kasa covid no say abro 40,000 yeah
na
41,000
what was it
41,202 212 I beg your pardon
me that's it na nyebia sa 41,000 eko 42,000 sa cases ni duro ho a edintroi na de bayana yentumi because obi anya san hwehwemu no na ebisu be san be ka ho biemu ana na ne ba be ka ho biemu no eno so anya bia no edintroi e contribute ana minim yenya hu this will be a shada ye hwehwemu nti ya de no be se na biem sania na na bi kan nia esisi wadwutro edintro yi mu no wanya ne kese betumi ese bato ni
to say dem
na bi o kasa edintro no ya na tension mu kaka na bato na nkasa kra de tension no ebro edintro no ntimi esisi se amohu ban anhwe yie ene ye ho ankasa anhye nkrofo nkran se omunyai na saade no faso bi ni so ne ade a wanye bedu abato no na eno kra de na no akoye hye chenwe nti we de se na esi na yesre manyo kufo ntitru empenimfo chitafo titru oman bambo dwumayefo no titru ne nyina ye ne ho no kasa se ne beya abaya ye kotu no asundwem masa nyame ncha de register ya ye Nimi hu yenu anu me wo ketu south o mu die uruse pa nyagro sa koyi pa no motumi register do drop pa Kumase bontin so mi hu say amanfo die huruse pa ho say ade no koyie pa na se ne omo tru di no nkunimdi aba so emide say obia say ade na koyie in terms of numbers no obia ja to say numbers no ekoyie kakra na nsam bi so afiri sa edintro mu aba ese edwene ho yie na ye pekwan bi a ye fa so a ebebo emen eyimuni tichemu no dos was said intro and now free ha and now win free ha and now kasa now on kasa and so on and so bebre men shada mo bia so bo na nim sa dia aba no na eyadia ese dream hu yi pa because on mind for from ye tichiri masa on mind for from ye tichiri ahyase no na sante kura nka man we ahyase no pa na Ghana na udu eastern region eno ano no no san wachi Ghana na wiye no no
na se time na sante enka na Ghana ni ho kwasi
mini
ba se na o kana no
say can say go cruise na be Ghana dia and you could do pempensu bi no na sante nka e could do pempensu bi na transporter to Goland na nka ho na esremu nka ho ne ade na we enya mmere bi acha broso ona me che no ye cheche mu a enche dudu bia na ina beka bo mu a ye chichiro man fufuro a ye friend Ghana enti privileges no ho anka ne no na ye independent states bebre e wo ha ene ina ka bo na se ye ka bo mu ye chichiro man no man na gina ne nanso na ne sika sama koyie ne ye de odo ene atinkapa e de aye nneoma be mai na ye tumpon de a na we free ha yi mu ne chichemu no e be ya yempe kwan bi ne mra nase inara so ye CPP ni so ye NDC ni so ye MPP ni so wo de amanyo kunu kra wondom bi kra no ya sede se be e be kansampa aye nnoma pa se ne be ya o man no enkabo mu no e be tintim na aboyi no we san kabo mu amma amoye kra
tamanyofo na na saade no ana
wanya mayofo no pe enye omo
kwesi omo titiri o
aso se
omo titiri pa
omo ka ho na enye omo pe ni omo ka ho na enye omo pe ka so omo pe dia na emse atosin kakra nti saade no so ya dia ebehia pa se ebehwe na yahwe ni se ne be ya e man ni betintim na ina ya tumi akoye ni me si dada no bia da bia me hye se me yese ne America na kwa me obuma no so se etwam na media tum se etwam no mi ko fa bai manya someone back Africa de na mira ho ti uzi etwam a etwam yenkoye ni
etwam yenkoye nim kwesi
ona ase oh 9% no be kunti si yenkoye
oh kwesi ada de na enti de na nka ntwe nwa amaka se etwam
oh kwa me no nje chinya no fa
oh Jack Toronto
oh my boss
anyway
Chairman
yes Abi
Chairman I say topics ni muno one dead car bent and kwanta issue na omampani dada former president Mahama kan ho asem na Chairman mesre on already kwa no omampani dada di kan appointed fingers ebasa ne maybe say na mo already ono no say MPP ni na akum MPP ni when statement now or can any carried by a number of newspapers I was saying now Chairman Enra the constituency chairman of the NDC organizer and so can be almost kase a bra no more ya prayer with the MPP for no obien ho no kutetu ne tu no enye MPP na NDC ni na tu ye ono no susue mu no eye reinforcement no mo call for mba na
police for no
and tutu
but also no others so aka say MPP Bobisuka say MPP Abranti been a dick.
Chema, enter make us say. So we police say home investigation, but already no former president Mama ni di mo and the baby to just say Anado Danko Kufuado and ama violence we in AP and we lose control MPP so na a MPP ni Abranti and a MPP ni. I think say it's not proper. It's not proper say, and I believe say Omanpenida da Brady he should know. Say at this idea police for him will not import. Nka NDC ni kwa no sen kwa accuse MPP ni say before the truth. Na nka MPP ni so accuse NDC ni say hey musum na mo ye. So if the MPP ni kan no e supporting NDC ni kan because me tie MP so ho aye Honorable Ali Mega and also confirm the same thing aye NDC constituency chairman e kan no. And I'm surprised that Ebiana former President Mahama one consulting chairman na e basa e ma investigation no eye hunya kakra. Enti mesre se no de eni de ma me se na ho no entwa yi. Na chairman e bi registration yi mu nyina se figures bi a Electoral Commission di to dwa no. Also all along enema na ye ka no eye register ability. Se wutie Electoral Commission figures are Sankayan San register ya in Kenny Oman Combo register no so be 19.6 million.
Today an extra 3 million?
Yes. Emma or the figures ni na no e buy. Na chairman, so we niam ni bia e account for the bloated register na. E omo a buha wo minus ka ho ana obi wo won so a ne omo action so the ankasa na ebo to side card ankasa na seize because of one or two offenses. And in case nke man kwan komu nyina no ba betru mudin. But
so you say yeah towards that be mebo.
No, chama so hwe
because be a 30th June eba 6th August. Unfortunately, be how arbitrary the archery and
chama ho kwan nka mebe.
And amwa manyo for no sumo accusation be say e bi din kwala a can minus you know
one me be say reasons are Electoral Commission de maya and new voters register for front. Me nyim ni say Ghana for be so when in future yes aba do you see the same reasons. It is a new voters register. Na afe ba ku mienu miensa ena echi na yes aba ka tre say oh waiting na register na bloaty. Na yenim say that was the same reasons espoused previously the for intimacy say omunya that constant mechanism, that technology abribia no ebetimi cleaning up the register no ediamaye. And I believe say with the new machines you matoi any say and ya be gain control over your IT system so no ebetimi aboa. I mean this are vindicating a lot of people and no move say from 2012 banana. Let me say if including the VCRC crap committee no I have all the reports in the sections so could say over bloated no nyina was chairman
bloated or over bloated.
In fact they use the word bloated. Yes.
Because it should be bloated.
Bloated, yes. They use the word bloated. Chairman, one thing is why you can't say me powers the UC NIA cards, that is Ghana cards. Once a manufacturer no be titru NDC 4 years oh there be any pasaya na war NIA cards. But chairman, so share any power register now 60% and AUC a year Ghana card 60%, which is in fact taking over the guarantee system no crowd, because in each guarantee system no and don't have it close about 90% or so. But then omo mutimi ewo Ghana and we no say yes indeed Ghana card na National Identification Authority kase Ghana for do na enya enti eyade betimi use no eno so no ama dwumadi process we no and vindicate sa dwumadi no, and I'm happy. Let me say about 38% or so and so na AUC the guarantee system no, and just about 2% AUC passport edi eti German system no ye be say Electoral Commission o my we no o say yetimi enema all the deficiencies enema bi o no my ka ho asem say na chama na wa wo si e pija no ye mpese ye beto akoso na ye nim nanse ye na yasa benya the same reasons inti no yes I have a discussion on the register ni bi. I think say sad discussion there and ma pressure crab and tension crab do. But
say ye jitum say no system is foolproof.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Chairman, that enti America chairman we kra ya ye kra no wa hwa o ma sa tie bajoku a o mo so no ba betra so na o ma sa hwe issues obi a o ye double registration wa ha because system no bebe na so na offline enti offline no o mo de ba online a eti me detect sa na ma we si nyina eti we nyina ya de a o mo nya nwie. So that is why I agree with Uncle Kwesi so ka say registration no ye nya nwie because it's going to go through a certain process. In fact German we okay sa be exhibition amo bi anso kwa ko say odi wom odi nim enipa na ni say osefata no ne dia we piem ana any raise objection na ye will be a friend inclusion form, exclusion form, even correction form e bia odi kra ya spelling ye ya anye ne ye intino bra ne be correct sa ne meni na enti e processes I be we omode the final register member political parties no then ye nim say ampa we na ya ye ho adwuma ye nyina na aboa ama yensa aka enti largely no Electoral Commission eba bo mabaso o ma ya de say omo etimi edi say juma we say edi amagana for
right. Yes Kwesi
edi kan mini na bi ya dwen say asem sinas ye hwehwe mu a anke beya na yen kan ya no ntum say ne beya hwehwe no ebe kokronjen na wi no kra na dadi no your principle ebi adwuma ebe bo ayi na danso ye ina ni say emiri bia no ye ina keka bi kasam kra de ke wasam di bia na say kota ka yen ka hosam onem chem asam wasam di bia no ntumi kasam bi eche say we di for ana so di bi na say ani aba ni say asam wo kotu kra no bi eka bi obi eche na dwin o na we no wadi for na we no wadi bi mi ade ndi ni aminu anu na bi aka de ho no de minu ni adwini pa na bloated ho no na minu ni adwini nyeyi kwa mu ni nti me kasa am say wo kra wa keka bi
they here
bloated ho no bloated ho no that is stand here try no achakakra kama am say 2012 na be 2012
meaning say 2012
and they try if it 2012 be pemende if in watch nipa ni bebre ho mu control mu bia o maka baby it will be registered.
Yeah,
it will give the impression of a bloated register, but in reality it's not a bloated register. There's will be a woody uko fani kokromoti wo hin na o de akoto abama na yi ade kokromoti so ne de to abeg nti e ho no e ma yi kakra
but say no sutimi open chance for encrophobia some more access on bit media ensemboni
ben
oh say ebia na obit media obi din koto aba so nim sa
we de kokromoti ne edi to o keke
kwesi na say
ni kokromoti antumi to
na say nim say over voting wa Ghana ha see him say emre bi wo ma ya to aba ha nipa bi ato 2 times 3 times
oh come na emre bi ni ya to aba all the election results from 1992 basi na at least when your polling stations bi o ha side any bc in spite of biometric union dey
yeah
but I no nye din e wo register no so na diba enye din e wo register no so na diba so din e wo register no so na eba dia ke yin over voting over voting be mu anye din e wo register no so a onem che no anu achi no obi so ho a onu ankasa control ni din 2020 was in intro me din nti di ankoso nti no numbers no eswati onem che no enu nche se ade no ye bloated obi ho control ni din 2012 ɛne ɛkɔtwerɛ din wɔto kwan ɔni ha no akɔtwerɛ ne din nɔma no so bɛte sɛnea yɛkeka sɛ wohwɛ nɔma no a yɛnya no ne nɔma no a ɛwɔ dada no a biribiara ka ho a ɛbɛn paa ɛbɛn ɛbɛn
Coming figures now,
figures na ɛbɛn Electoral Commission, what was their target? 15 million. Target, and I
16.6.
Exactly. And then watching, so 16 point something nearby. It didn't come at the end of the whole exercise. It came before the extension.
Essentially.
So 3 days was a day.
And mop up.
The mop up.
And it was Saturday and Sunday.
16.6 CD, and only a number of
final Massa.
Provisional.
But still cry provisional. It is all bloated in Jaka. Massa. Young fans and young. Many animal can Kwame Walker and I be can you probably break and young fans say no crack. So I show you ding a kuye and so on. So what? Ekoyi na nyenye bia nia ye dis register be ye no se twi di dada ne ya ekoyi ankoyi o ekosi sen
te dada ndi ye twem wo ho
na me ka se me koka be ka se twem ti mi kofa ho kra
na ho kra
punch inti masa media pam no twa no nkwanchen sro media de die ne hia ne hia ne se ayi bro nya bosumi beba na ne da etosun son Ghana fo nyina omodi mfie dum wotwe omodwin mu da ho omotro omudin ebenya kwan no makotire omodwin se ye man na 4 more years na ye man 4 more years ye do obi foforo na eba na se ye ne den ni a che ya dwen a ohaw bia ni ho obi afa nkontim ban ko jam obiara obiara anko wosekan obiara hunti sanya na bi kan no obiara ehi ba kokora enti na ina ajiatum na nia Ghana man beka no ye de ya
Peace FM
isa si efi ne ekopim bronya bosumi ayi eda tosun son ne hia pa ne se ebebo modin na epipresem bia nkoba na keka binsem bia nkoba. That is the key. It we yan sadia enya na ye ma ye hu emo ye tumi anya ne sa so dia ehun sunsuanso no me pese madwin hu ko. That's all.
Because I been same bebre
Chairman
Kotu na mintie.
Chairman send na ye can bloated register now. Indeed, Electoral Commission on mo ye na be confirm and me quote from on press conference. The 2019 register had a total of 16,845,422 voters. Apart from this, we also had 797,493 people quarantined on the duplicate / multiple and exception list. The political parties are aware of this. When this is added to the registered voters, the overall total is a little over 17.6 million. Had the commission maintained the old register and conducted a limited registration exercise in all the electoral areas and registration centers across the countries, we would have estimated to conservatively add about 2 million Ghanaians to the existing register. Potentially without chairman is because last year limited registration 1.9 million. Yes, I be so for Kano I am just about 2.2 million, which obviously would have been higher. Potentially without a compilation of the new voters register, the commission was on track to register some 19 million people plus another 800,000 people who remained on the multiple and exception list, who previously were denied the right to vote. This would have given us a total of almost about 19.6 million persons. In the chairman, say and they 16.8 million and 16.8 in the chairman. We should not forget Afrina on Babesa deduplication is animano. So indeed, a subit class hat. It is awarded to a year almost 20 million. Chairman, we are talking about some 3 million people and no money so. It is a car from the figures from the Electoral Commission, we can say, and then they are the authority. We can say yes, indeed, the previous register now bloated. And Nena Ankwesi Kase, I know the young Fantunchen, but Chairman, yes, some cases should be also say. The reason Omuma bloated, no, it was just one out of the many reasons they gave for the compilation of the new voters register.
Okay.
They mentioned financial considerations.
Anyway, we've gone past that, haven't we?
So more air refrigeration machines now. Chairman, administrative lapses once. Yes. Chairman. We know a figure. Now me person me can we to say yes indeed. The Electoral Commission case register no bloated. But chairman me concern message should be a beam. And they say, and they are reasons here. Some of the reasons I am in nay a bit me or hot china. A bit me or hot chinechi. The Electoral Commission say far process has been to one. We will not come back to this reason again. Ebema yakase yebabe another voters registration exercise new compilation for Crampono based on this just in the few years ahead of us. The reasons are yachichere yamfanto niyam PNC no kwan say will not come back to this discussion again.
Maybe make a few messages. Kwesi 1 minute while me bampacho. Neil Labi from Labadi says the danger of using the old register with names of the dead arises when machines break down and there's manual verification. That is when voter numbers can be padded. Chairman, the Electoral Commission has done very well. Clearly, they deserve some praise. And they've shamed people who question their competence to compile a new register. Kwejo Edupako Achim Esium. And then the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. I'm sure Kwame Nkrumah Sajifum will be revising his notes. The black man has never and can never manage his own affairs. Just go and write your name to vote. You're killing each other. And you say we can manage our affairs. We behave like the biblical sheep without a shepherd. How can we manage ourselves? Kwesi Kwanza in the UK sends that one. The new register includes those who just turned 18, Kwame. Okay. The argument of a bloated register, if we were to keep the old register, is bogus. The old register has a lot of dead people, foreign Ghanaians. Let me stop here. Kwesi Pratt has hit it right there. F.O. Newton Mankra so sends that one. If all youth leaders will speak like Nana B has done this morning, our politics will be worthy. Alaska for Chrome, well, it's because he's speaking differently this morning. Nana B is not that angelic. So on a light note, I'm glad they changed the register because I look very ugly on the old card. Oh, silly. Who is this? Kwabna from Kumasi. Nyamia Ebi Ampa. Okay, you say we're looking at the new card and your picture. Nyamia Ebi, I hear you. I agree with you, Chairman General. It's the fault of the politicians. They've incited most of the young people, the youth, to act violently based on their utterances and behaviors in public. Edward Ejiri, AK Captain, inside Takra Day. Question ask okay, baby.
Oh, and you're something to be a massa.
Yeah.
Sanya Union Nana B. Kayan, Electoral Commissioner Baka said figures in Swati by 3 million. Now, some figures no more demand. Electoral Commission twin chair in Padudu or almost 3 million. Twin chair. Almost twin chair says 3 million. And you be a little bit more. More register than no, and now my own audience will register registration party and also the factor on them channel. Of course, the national population is increasing. If in 2012, the 8 years, what is the rate of population increase and so on?
Yeah.
All these factors have not been put in. It's already raw figures, and that's yes, our conclusion now. Alabraka, one round betty. So raw figures doesn't tell us enough. Midwepim ha, and young mama, sir, Electoral Commission. Trust of Modumano, a quay. Naka, Diana come back and say, Omeka said, man, no, uncle. Tell me, young mama, young quiet him, Yenimuna, ye corner, and only here.
Yenimuna, ye corner, and no, and na here. Peace 104.3. Yeah, so Kwame, almost 3 million votes expunged from the register. Are we to say that they are all dead people? Well, I believe we're getting the real voter population now. The EC has done a good job. Olivia sends that one in. Bonti Benjamin says, we must give the EC credit for deepening the confidence Ghanaians have in them by ensuring a peaceful registration exercise that has reduced the number of foreign voters. Bonti Benjamin. Anna Eddie Enobai. You can send your thoughts ahead to 0244 844 488 0244 844 488. Nana Ajinenchi in Wenchi says the wishes of naysayers didn't happen. We'll now have one of the most credible registers in our history. And then Farouk Intema says the EC deserves praise. Okay. And then the issues raised by Kwesi Pratt have always existed in every register. People have always traveled. People have always opted not to even register. These conditions aren't unique to this year's registration. The old one was bloated, period. David Broom in Poho. And then Ayipe in Asisrewa says, per the number of registrants in the just ended exercise, the registration was an absolute waste of the taxpayers' money. And then that's how you pay in Asesrewa and now they Nigerian buy. Okay, I'm moving away from the voters register. Kwesi, your man you be your home common. And Deputy Education Minister Yaidu Chumbaha, Professor Safoso Bahana, Professor Kwesi Amankwam. Omajia to say at least the 13 dismissed candidates GAES has reviewed, so at least on much runs or heno. But they remain dismissed. And I'm sure we'll review our system, your processes. The other thing you do come as parents, as friends, as concerned people. Until I come back to you with your views on that, Nefeyak or any other business. But this one is a personal thank you from TK J Mensa. He says, I'm TK J Mensa of Cape Coast. I'd like to say thank you to you and Peace FM for advocating on behalf of GN Bank depositors. I have been paid by CBG. Even though the receiver did not pay us all our money, they paid about 90%. They said it is what they could verify from our accounts. Getting paid was not an easy task, but I thank you and your team from Peace FM. It was through Peace FM I got paid. TK AJ Mensa in Cape Coast, as we always say, in service to God and country, we're happy to be of help. And we're happy that you finally got paid. Talking
of thank you and San Kwesi Abem, so Wadarma, Prince, former MC for Techiman Semen Cantros, what there was a power. I mean, show. Catch and say, was who you need, papa.
No problem.
Kwesi, are we satisfied now?
Master Kwame.
Bragwezi.
Some of you see I would drink want to mean Tiasse. Ghana, away.
Yeah.
Sabio, Omo
FM.
Kunipa. I would that prison.
Yeah.
Sir, BBNC on Quanso Munchon of it.
David.
And I'm a boy. Convicted persons who cry with prisoner. Almost share their controls of it.
True.
It is a more friend as a Omoy Bibia and Fata. Bibia, yen to me and Fosso. Bibia Taya. As a year my own controls of it. I don't know if he may drink 1 minute to me.
Send that Casuchino.
Asuchi. Now I'm saying, Omo Kuni Pakrano, Omo to me transfer.
Yeah.
On himself. Now so be a work Kuni Pakret to me transfer. Mofra. Ibn me a Mofra, Ibn me the 18. Now, why am from so in a judge from so from so as a man in control of it. Intimino, Nukreni. A manager, a mid, a Brahman Penin Babacase, a Mofrano, a mount quine, no moon control, Monsoy. A mid the pa, and we are there, manager who was named me the same Mofrano, if you see one quine so moon control, or more moon tron Sophia. No more tron Sophia, a Muslim so no, Yatiana. You are some friend me and control Sophia now. Obi Oha, on San control you. Want me and Tia Nadisan so. Yeah. 1 year, no Muslim so, no be be, I bet you so. Bonio di be di mine, and your bonnet. Tell me that, say a mobile so be uncle, na uncle Tronsophia. Now, a more friend do me and Sana, as you want dinner. Me shed that no cranny, me shed them who some boy the ball. Videos in my heavy. no crepa na make videos no ma hwe bi
okay
amofra ni bi wo ha omo say school ajapade say nkundwa bu nyoma ne ade omo de wo ho amofra ni bi wo ha omo di mpanimfo atem omo nso de e wo ho amofra ni bi so ho omo ani atem na meti so mo kan say MPP ento aba ma wo e bi show wo e bi kra de to nyom. These offenses are all not the same. But in some cases, they are not offenses. Obi Wagana, so we 18, so we 75. And I said yes to me because I'm on with Metro Mamin to Mount. Bonnie Bienu. Sir, Oko say a Japadia dia, what tomorrow? Sir, a Japadia no crown, so be na show bufu, be na yewa dia won't pay, now ko say Japadia crown, what tomorrow? It's only a different category. Attempt so nya dia ese so so. Onam jeno. Attempt bia improbia and surgery. But nya dia ese so so. Sanse ene ye mofra yi wo mo na ebenya be yempabifo. Gana fo yina ka se attempt no ya dosu ye nte so. Nti se hu se mofra na wo be ya da chimpanimfo no asu di atemu a. Na se wanya ekon no ebeche because in the Mofra crash and so on. Intertended so anya me there. Na a Mofrana, one more dear, almost one day say, one per man you could be, and answer one per man you could be. And one per man penny, and I won't per man penny, one money bonibia. There's nothing wrong with that. No, and I'm pesset, mekan. Now, opening mekan say we are. My main can we so emphasis. I'm saying my friend almost school. Yanka said the politics not share woman, it is share woman, and tempera near the share woman. A down man penny any or mine Casano Cofre, sir, a SHS graduates, no, a Kupado graduates. I never made it. Oh, Kwame, who are you there? Kwame,
maybe mind you, but in time, maybe I don't know.
Hey, Kwame, why do you cry?
I thought maybe it was a light-hearted comment.
Light-hearted comment.
And I would say, and also a problem.
The light-hearted comments needs to be why it introduces politics into certain arenas. This is one of those light-hearted comments. It politicizes, the examination and so on. Into your honor, name it. Matisse Bimuka say a nuntina mofrano yesa. Mimi no nyadre say nuntina mofrano yesa.
Because yes, you're a Kufado graduate.
How that? The pampering, the injection of politics and so on. But it was a comment which was totally unnecessary. A commenter na MYA ehuni emphasubia. Na once I go in school, I'm say kakra secondary school. Ba kunu yantu yanko bia secondary school ni dey na etimi ko bi kakra. Na I go secondary school. Old examination papers here is the core examination. And not the fofro. Pasco and not the fofro. Eba yache. Na ya wofo ne tomaye. Na omo ntom maye say questions ni be examinations ni. Etro omo tomaye say ne be ya we become conversant with the nature of the questions. And perhaps also practice how to answer the questions and so on. That was the purpose. Whereby, and I will find a Toma Mofrano, a buying and a Toma Mofrano. Bakubia Mihuyano, Sanyano Credia near Nameti, Mepahucho.
They're here.
Yeah, or my penny phone in Tetri. You know, say, who will be there?
Infonita,
past questions.
Oh, maybe a social media now they say you can be ngongo.
Sanya no credit ya.
Can be ngongo pa.
Sanya no credit ya. Baby who be.
Wow.
Ebia and na dey obi atimi any ope.
On social media.
Yes.
Okay.
And then obi atimi any ope. Na say no credit ya na e asempa.
Papa.
Sanya no credit so dia ene ejabu manaka enye no credit enjabu maninka. But sa politicization ne ba mu kakra. Ohun ya me che no. Na emwaye emwobia ya mencha de omampani di nurse form say mofra no a yesi mo nso mo so he no bia konkocho mo so he emi de ya de pa insum ni enko eni
Chairman.
Ya choma swewi.
Chairman, nidi kan na me anso no me kai se e ba no me de ma no tum bi se asotwe de ya na eye. Ye nyina na eja exams no ni ade ya city bi da bebe na emum no se o ma no entro wasi nso na ebo na ma na kɔ nanim and ne be define the future in terms of education the na say emu ya kakra ntia me de se mpanimfo asa kosi nkonya na danko akufuado say omunsen hye His Excellency the President ne ya hen mu kakra mo enti meni age ho ne toso biem ne baabi a mene ankwesi bebo abra kakra nse chairman say nanado danko akufuado sa omo mbetro sisi na almost 30 years with the free SHS policy in 2017 mekai Okuapiman Secondary School wa na we MC
no correct
na nado danko akufuado ka sa year September na no eba enti say omo na wura mu to mu wura mu no mo na akoma na ni omba betro so if say nana eka na say o ka say akufuado graduates because opposition abibia no mo ye omo say akufuado free SHS no ebu ha enyi na ye basa and implementing ye and challenges. I don't see how this introduces politics into this and completely I reject that idea say enonema but the politics about be room too much there be never me sure say no because chairman here in terms of public institutions, there were 723 institutions. Schools are we see women were just about 4 schools and who be bisa. Na chama woni msa isuna omoda ne dino. Enye adefufuro. Chama me kai pass Prempeh College na e ba be geography. Na ma core classes that time na ma core classes ni my book bi chama. Be ba na manso me ne nkofu ye bet na honam se ya we no ya work ade na no anu ne na e ba chema ye wie na ade to fa ho
anto
chema me ko shedua bi ase be aproba no pa no to nyume na me ko sia ma de oh and then kofu ni abri ye dede wo school but that time chema na social media ni ho there have been times teacher for crown extra the extra classes no they can create a certain impression say you monitor how our questions as eba na ye hu se we na etimi to fa we etimi to we bia we ba ye achepa enyama ye topic we say na ye say loto as na ye we loto no obo the teacher na ga say we no mo hwe haye pa mo hwe haye some teachers can even place a lot of emphasis on a particular topic etebu abo sa na to fa ho pe obo say students in your money back teacher na so chairman ye nya agitation a lot our time ani o be na social media ndia na manema epp ntem sa na ma we nya de foforo enti I don't see how we bit me aka say e politics in na man kra sa chairman nya de foforo yeah time there were some section of students who chairman we demonstration e bi ko ye house master ba ko ha na ne yire eye aduane ton rice no nya de ma e ko fa aduane nyina die enti sa stubbornness ni ade no chairman enema kakra happen nye nne chairman those times ye quiet stories chairman na A level panifo ni bi wo no no obu ha wo ye senior house master onu Kokrokoo no abekra say bro me Kokrokoo ba o ese onu na say peje say panifo pa
eno na ye one of bi
yeah chairman na me BBC
panifo na basis from there ba ko ba
panifo na me chairman
enye as widespread as your bit
chairman na me ka say there have been times as anima we nya ne hu bi pen you benya some few students be abonzo mo stubborn kakra ne aye say but se ka say enkra na kwakoye sa ne mo hu nsɛm no politics a dia ba be wura mu na ye ka akufuado graduates ni ntino and na ye ka sa dia chairman I think it's most unfortunate I don't think I agree with that position at all in the honor the chairman the beam past questions are ye de ma students no say de bia wo for na nke procure nti na we abana chairman aban ability when you pese oso chairman, this is the first time you have free textbooks, free exercise books, supplementary readers.
Last time.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. free. I'm telling you, chairman. This is.
But said this is the first time I buy a fahoka.
Yes. And I'm making chairman. It is a buy kase and yeah, past questions from 2013 or so. This is also solved once. Send a back guide your more franometric exams are. It is not out of place. It is also no. A bit more good now. I say a buy a year, now a buy create a certain impression be in the minds of students anywhere and ever, which is not true. Teachers now can't say that.
Martin, Minka examiner, because say as an examiner, it's pretty obvious that when you're able to solve a lot of past questions, which cover the syllabus of a paper, you'll always pass and pass well in WACSI or BEC as a candidate. It therefore comes as a surprise that some candidates complained that the WACSI papers were difficult. Is it because they expected the same questions in the booklet for the past questions? If indeed they have understood what they revised, they should pass and pass well. Eric Amponsa Boate, tax expert, says that one. Justice Abeku Nituno first says, if Circle Dubai, Legon Medical Center, and Kufuor Gallon are not politically tainted pronouncements, how can a Akufo-Addo graduates be? Well, let's move on. And then, okay, I think I've.
Jawan, finally.
Finally, yeah, me too.
Jawan, finally, Nyamia Admochna, International Youth Day, celebrated globally. Na Ibijina, Ochnaso, na Yadiada, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ase. Mebuno Babe, Mampeni, Enema Bibrawaya, Mebuno Yeniso, and one district, one factory, Menuma, restoration of teacher training allowance, nursing training allowance, and then Yuma Yafa over 70,000 teachers, and then non teaching Yafa, and nursing training for over 64,000 Yafa. Chairman, we now need Nanando and Danko Akufo-Addo as chairman, they be free SHS in Zui, a youth related policy. Into Yada Nanado as a NAPCO, youth related policy, Yada Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo as a Mebuno Mania planting for food and jobs home for Sudi, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, Yada no as a the chairman name be policies are Nana Aye na what they are so Mebuno, Ochina, Nyamiya Adoma International Youth Day, and the Ghanaian youth no, your best celebrating ye power for, and Yama Waye at the above Mebuno Chama, Yaba COVID Yumi, no question say Mebuno Monuma. Aho mu yipa bibina kwa frame 600 million Ghana cedis enye sika ke betimi aso bia ho de nanso nana e de aso yasene eni nyame cha de 104,000 ya
we suka topic na ho
e kan ho de say eobi why
we suka topic na
ho say your point eobi
for me can na
okay there be na we are now ma me kwa na me ka bi
yeah mini problem now so can be a chana do say International Youth Day, so the youth will celebrate Nana Danko Akufo-Addo say waso emebunu musa. Anti German, beda was in so for opportunity or the amay. Anti yebesha say emebunu nyina amacho mudini. German me kan ha say I know the youth will register in their millions. Na yem kotwa banema Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, His Excellency.
Enra
more to do more.
Alexis Siama.
One good term deserves another.
And that's what Sadia, but Kwame, I still insist that 2-day military training for these children will send a warning, will make them disciplined and make them patriotic. I still stand by that. Did government bypass school for you, Kwame? If you give a cat a piece of a cookie, it will ask for a glass of milk. They should be made to do hard communal labor and allow them to write their final exams. The boys misinterpreted the good intentions of the government. They should pay for it. Lord Hoffman sends that one in. Nanabi, me also quit a controversial book. How do I tell you saying?
Chairman,
working with Rawlings.
And they are good fellow.
And then okay, no yanka. Oh, and then I idea you know baby.
Good fellow affair, Nyamisha, now they a brem. And chairman, the tennis say,
Obisu see AOB, me ban sawa call good fellow. What is this fixation with name changes? Secondary school was changed to senior high school. Now we hear class is going to be called grade. One day we'll elect a president who will change our Ghana to another name, influenced by so-called development partners. On a light note, KSK, change your name. You used to be breastfed, now you started growing. Oh, crazy guy. I love you back. You Chairman General, and this your bias for military. Chai. Anyebo, say Obama, trust me. If like we get small military training, like these kiddies, they go see something different too. And I'm be now,
Chairman. Buki kakrani September kan afi na me ba be ye mu analysis ye ni pa.
Okay.
Na kakra me pie no e ne ma mienu pe. Ewom se e capture eye adwuma eye openi Professor Kwame na ho ne Rollins here. But se working kan se mini bi wo no so a chairman na kame akwa se etia no na no paragraph bi kwa me kan de Chairman Rollins kwa na onye serious o cabinet obi a no yo mampani omo akonya sei na ne emi hu ma me de be wie ma asem ni aka say in all of this menya hu the NDC's position on this.
Why should they have a position?
Chairman, this is an attack on their founder and is an attack on any poor man NDC ebae seriously. And so we community bi ne eye openi da na gbodapi sama obeka ene Rollins na mu so sama obeka ni even edin bi ebobo mo nya so obeka say enya de etisa anyway na men emi hu say ebesi ne na ne ya mama Jane so na sa forward book yi entina bebe na so busa say enti mama Jane so book yi so be answer na be forward no be kinkan wa mu analysis enti nsem ni nya na one openi Professor Ho Yedman enti chairman in the coming days we'll be discussing this, but say nipa on the Yedman penaka so no cabinet meeting when you serious now the toy aeroplanes ne di agro na ibu ha no yin na to window mu near discussion e cause man penny on the head of cabinet no o kan sem say fa no ho a emisa no hye enye no nko a ensem bebre mu a chairman e benya adaje na ya pensem mu ya no amaye and am atise of akwesi kura so aka say a self sabotaging strategy minim nipa kwa no sabotage no, but we hear analysis na say or sabotage e bia President Muhammad ya then that's fine. Na time no so no am say of akwesi kura so no mo nya adwen say see na time we would search book we ban na be center stage na a dangerous and diabolics be for me e benya time na ya kan we ho asem ye pa.
Anyway, Kwesi any AOB
what to be
Oh, for me,
I'm guess what to be oh we don't know
Kwesi any AOB
Kwame Pacho the person me did kan the awoka is a mofra no military training. I think it's an oversimplification.
Okay.
Yenti America say asudafo papa bebre but wo community training na boni kakra so ni we binum wo omo share uniform and your ma omo ye so military training is not a solution to discipline.
Okay.
I totally disagree. Then anabi di kanka ni there and the me ka ho hwe obi a woti bi anim sane asam netia na efa book ya Kwame wadawoma senya wakemenya bi ankan dasipa se dana mi bisa na utuma ba akora mkokan
da Toronto
se na bi mi kan wi
okay
guso a me kan mi sheda nyamrenka na forward ne dia makan dano di ma mi ndi 5 minutes and I'm
now clear forward
now forward no 2 pages pe enya dia 2 pages and do 2 pages po na masa how can forward now it is clear somewhere they bo yenuaba Professor Nana Jane Opukwajiman and you're correct.
Okay.
Nowhere in this forward does she support the positions in the book. Nowhere in this forward your year forward you want say okay say bookie a babontia and kofobi bisa some about the author and his subject. And okay say something na beto dwano. Professor Kwame na ho ono na dwine na o kire Now it will contribute to the discussion.
There's a question I'm going to focus on. Almost why would she forward such a controversial book? Among Kase or support you, non support you. A big question is, it's what we did when we say such controversial positions and discussions a woman. Why would you even choose to forward such a book? Because forward here, you can also choose to decline to forward a book.
Oh, you can choose to.
Exactly. So, and
why name Mr. Professor Jena now Pogwajimano? She cannot confirm or deny the things in this book. She cannot. On count. Somebody in a non-count.
Maybe I know.
No man who cry what me I could confirm. Why? And no baby see.
Why do you forward the book? You cannot easily a controversial book. You cannot forward. You cannot confirm.
Yenti Professor Jena no Pogwajimano. On one side no try for them for can yenti na supreme. Or say maybe. The intention of working with Rawlings is to answer the simple question which many want to ask. What was it like? And of course, it may be you. That is, working with a man who excites extreme emotions and whose life and actions have impacted on our country so much. When your condemnation, it could be a complex question, but it is also one the author answers in an accessible but thought-provoking way. Next paragraph. In the process of narrating what it was like, the text spans the decades of the author's close, exciting, and revealing encounters with Jerry John Rawlings in all its complexity. And he's describing Jerry Rawlings. Professor Jena Nopokwajima is describing Jerry Rawlings. A person tightly focused on his convictions, humane, a man with a heart that beats and sometimes bleeds. The book as well displays the author's own moments of elation, bewilderment, resolve, and downright confusion, if not regret, at various events. The nation itself, a changing landscape, affected by various elements, is filtered through the evolving relationship between the author and his subject. The last paragraph is also very instructive and interesting. Part of the strength of working with Rawlings may be located within the crevices of a growing body of questions for the protagonist, the author. But I dare say that as good books do, this book would invite readers to unearth some questions for themselves as well.
Right.
Very simple.
No, meba.
Yes, Chairman.
Very simple.
Kwesi, but if you say book nankasano, yes, what can we say it wasn't necessary? Is it true?
Oh,
self-sabotage.
Kwame, no crowd no nanabi, some nanabi bisa nanabi. What ti bro for chemi? Nti yes.
Oh, David, what ti chemi?
Oh, obi a was lawyer pa.
Obi a was journalist who was pa ukuta wa paper. Ah, they be out talking kind.
They be massa. What ti bro for pa? Obi kasa self-sabotage as you say. Self-sabotage. Or sabotage obi fufro. Or sabotage obi fufro self no dey dey.
Oh, self the party no or self the party no woman.
Self-sabotage.
Self can also stand for the party. Can also stand for the party. A party is man and party
book.
Or a part of the political committee. This is
no party no. NDC.
One can say distracted for the party now. What you
may say a self-sabotage. That is the word I use. So I meant self-sabotage.
You meant say on one sabotage no.
Masa. Tiasese ni abeti asibi awa se.
Mati.
Chama na me kan say chama we. One kind. Kafro na me visa we. Of akafro. Okay, metima ka. Chama onim.
Maybe say kwesi ase mo answer.
So metima kan we nti we dey am kwesi na ma me ka chance.
Mapon.
Come on. And nana bi aya de ma mani aso.
Chairman, when you Bookie so can kind moon some and 70 be honor and wash it. Near Kofokano, because will be unknown candy. People are not even talking about the content as captured under the forward. No, what they are saying is Professor Jena Nopokwajima forward there. Say, yeah, Robert can you, Robert Wuramubi. Say and Yama papa ne kind in ya oh yeah our forward in the year once we endorse now will come us because forward one way or the other no also no because okay kind books now what's the meaning of forward that one way or the other you are endorsing the book.
But Kwesi say unim so be or throw forward to a book. I endorse a book. Yes. You know that. Yeah.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, and I brandy be myself. What's your book be about choices? What's your book be about choices? Now, of a certain throw the forward man.
Okay.
Or so them. We can't book you and I'm catching some master. Book here what should me no nabi. Because I don't think the life depends on the choices we make. And that there are many things which you come across in life it's not dictated by choice and so on. So if you want, I will write the forward based on my understanding of life and so on, not on what you have written. And he agreed. And I wrote the forward for him. With the upper, I'll send you a copy. Okay. I wrote the forward for him, disagreeing, said, so you can write the forward.
Okay.
I did it 2 weeks ago.
I'm coming to something.
Okay. Yeah.
Professor Ransford Jampo, I'll send him a BB, but it's a bit long, but I'll just take the bit he sends about forward. It must also be noted that forward writers aren't necessarily subscribers of the views of the author.
Exactly.
You can simply tell this by reading the content of the foreword. I have read the foreword as an academic, and I'm still wondering why and how anyone who knows what forewords are will have qualms about the author. The author of the foreword of this book is a big deal to only those who either do not know the purpose of a foreword or have simply not read what is contained in that section. This is part of what he's written to me. So now Ghana Web says Ahoy has wasted our time with his book on squeezing of balls. Kwesi Pratt. I'm reporting the Bella 2 days ago. Now, because I see, I know they are sending me Ghana Web idea. No, say. Ask question this one for me. Ahoy has wasted time with his book. Kwesi Pajo writing that maybe sound.
No problem. When I saw me can say, Emra, you did launch a book, no?
Yeah.
And yet, Emrepa.
Okay.
Na much of my dream, me my dream, Emra, you woman, ya, Akabusumi, a brosumi, and Sakakra, near Kotuaba. Car, I see a can someone. A fat Ghana for who, a Ghana for.
Yeah. A crime ben near far is sick as some bitchina. A crime ben near far Ghana need be a binyan supanum and so on. Nani American is say, Sir, opening be where memuha, opening pa udimu, no true book super, opening be or memuha, or no sunkopo, buno near dear. That's what church on some beat is near okay. Oh, in American. Yeah,
ball.
Yeah.
Must be a book in some brave. But when you saw be a kind book here, near Yemiano, your man, I mean, and a crack. No, but yeah, you could have the most disgusting.
The front banner.
Oh, now I can say, oh, my penny, I bet the cheddar there be none is zip with to no anything, or to me to zip more and so on. All these juicy things. Salacious things made that. I can't be waiting, bro. Salacious things. Salacious when you go to the Yano Pay. Oh, and only a becca. We can't no, a man twinker and someone who here, some Americano. And it's a squeezing of something and zipping of pants and yeah, no. It's a total diversion at this time.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the timing of the launch of the book is not in anybody's interest. And that's what I said.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, Fakwa Makan book Nakudu. And their commentaries are marking kind. And then nkofo bebre aka efa book no. Masa say some bebre we ni book no. Of course, obi ani obetumi atro book ba ko a ensem ni na bebem. On them journey.
Yeah.
But a biwa and some people more do kakra. Obeka nipa 246 bi omoirai.
The one you are following.
Exactly. And no I'm say a weighty issue could be a control book could be a fast sa period no ho a kebe mu a kebia kebeboa and so on. Master, yeah, no credit ba ko pe o. And na ya kan on mine no ho nsam ne kan ne ankrankra ho nsam ne kan. Na ma titi say oh economic wonders and so on. Master, Lukreni, the year 2000. Ebra PNBC fee, NBC fee. Your fund say, what was in the Mankasa can say a continuation near there. The year 2000.
Continuity in change.
Master, correct economic figures. Go and look at the economic indicators in 2000. Lukreni American, way now. By 2000, inflation was 45%. Meboa. So meboa munkanya mbeka na munja minyamubeye. The facts speak for itself. By the year 2000, inflation was 45%. Money supply was 50%. Masa, Kwame, being high meaning kasa. Why? A cover economic recovery program by Ediafi. Eniafi. And a program of action to mitigate the social consequences of adjustment. I didn't think a program of action to mitigate the social consequences of adjustment.
Social cost.
Because then
program of action to mitigate
the social cost of adjustment. Yeah, first 2 years, the implementation of the economic recovery program, 300,000 workers lost their jobs. Yeah. How many factories were privatized in that period and so on?
The crackran say Samre and
I never be a mobukimu.
I don't American.
And Uncle also started throw dinner.
Oh, Masa.
Also started throw.
We are going to a different thing. Say, who pay go to
but Kwesi, only mean you are going to do. I talk about the Montemana.
David. And to go behind you. Masa, I make an social media.
Social media, the social media, and Mr. Obidia sending me.
I say, me Casatia or my penida da Rollins, Obipami home to ma. Oh, that's what you are a pan on pie. Say to my view, why a padia, meaning to qua. So my ye be a tiamra, me a ganani, none of pay a better hand, Pastor say I can't go for some.
Yeah.
It is obvious why I want to you once more. No suit me can. Bonnie new. An army boy. Nanya ya me na kakran say yanko for mu say one yes say ya memeka.
Na ye.
I didn't know some ye bibi and san waka. Say bibi wo ho mako wi ade mako bokro no mako die wu na wunima no waka. Ana nya sanity.
True that.
Nambo. And someone you can so Masa, I hear Tika say, Emra da home, and Nana be me. Mitia Mika say, Mika Bibina as a man can crane as a Koye Bibia, Emradum Bedis and Essay. Into be our Babotia because I should be ready for the ultimate. Now saying, Kwakuba court, me boy.
Yeah.
Okoyan, the dinner summer man. Appeal about. But at least we know that there are formal processes for redressing statements that are made which are libelous and so on. Many kwaku need to kwa. Now many kwaku kwa yeah. I dare not kwaku one person definition someone else dare not me wow no person definition.
Chairman, Padaroma, just 2-3 comments be few now upon. So we share publishingschool.com. It can be before forward. A forward is a piece of writing that serves to introduce the reader to the author and the book, usually written by someone who is not the author or an editor of the book. Forwards also serve as a sort of endorsement for the book. Forward. Can also serve as a sort of endorsement for the book.
So it doesn't say a forward is an endorsement of it. It can. So it means it's subject to interpretation.
Criticizing it say. say o tro forward first of all nema be miensa ebetimi aba say ebia wo endorse book no ebetimi aba say eye author na nkasa no o introduce no ama readers ebetimi so aba say wa nso no obewo independent and say bia be kan fa ho now omo criticizing say the content of the book and the ankosi kwaja tum so no so kwotro ne de mfifiri bete no na mfifiri author ne say no. Why would you want to forward such a book? I mean, these are also their legitimate concerns. Almost issue, no, almost so arguing, no.
Now, what are you saying?
Oh, my goodness, I'm not Ukrainian. Say, make men and can make a book way. Na book, Kasa Yemi Ubin Tohere. Na Kasa former President Rollins, who is serious for cabinet. Now, Kwa Okuta toys. No, did you agree? One will be a window, no, hey, say, I can't economy as some crowd and another book craft. No, no, person bit hot. Then you will rough from so crown. One hand was says you was soon.
But you mean who book now?
You see different words. I say, I know one question on the attempt. They want Santa Habits yet throw on some. For instance, who's go for come babies to shaft it on cow. But what can I say? Not former President Rollins. Ha males do into almost develop a plan is a young person's being so no anytime Rollins will talk or moment about the casa back. Chairman, ya come no se penny casa now casa most monko cabin chena. In that context, most more casa and most more chrono. It is a summer when we are in young kind how even some newspapers are serializing it and the content of it now. Me dear and they NDC because NDC founder now say NDC and they running mate now you can't be say found now so for there I feel say it is not the proper thing but me well partner say me mum dear I was say at least the NDC party mo founder and you can see at now the NDC party omujina hwanchi Professor Kwame na hoye chi ana anase omujina omo founder chi o founder on a Sire Council of Elders so chairman and then ye de na babuku ma ye huru ni say ye kan say mu fa no e jama legitimate issues before anyam yo NDC for na the osha and some NDC for na bi kan and in this book ma share Abranti chairman of Chobebrebe or social media I think he's been out there he's said a lot of things our sabu kwese chairman that generally is your position but as I said
look at it now
also your position him
why MPP and now also
that generally is our position our no
oh that generally no oh chairman say na make na bibi asama ba na kan founder once most you who work can support founder and now supporting no church
MPP position
oh I don't problem they say position is you know who control business here if you free better because I know they are making answer so who know you had their better
then I be bye bye Kwesi no pay me that see
chairman general
Kwesi general
hey
brother what did I say happen? Okay, me too.
Na bi kan no na campaign with you say enne asamaba Professor Kwame na fa omu opposition one position is at then NDC for defend omu fa
chairman Debbie these are issues yes chairman no question me say if say you can say oh chairman the new patriotic party so be can some former President John Ajekun Kufuor look we will come out near Wabeso Nimuze no
former President John Ajekun Kufuor founder of MPP
oh but look in our tradition in our tradition he is one of the year or this year or Tiasemaya ya so nimutwe etino say enemo founder
na say ya Munkrofo bi kasatia former President John Ajekun Kufuor
we have condemned oh but those times go into the archives statement ya condemn obi anu obetumi akasa tiawe intini say nay say bibi saba we also want to hear from the NDC as a party that your founder is an attack
enti omun defend
enti mo yemi hu
omun defend
to support and someone ya ko book no na support
Kwesi I me baby akoko no problem or say yes we try Twitter say oh emribi na person yi na di oh emribi na also President Mills yi na di
Mr. Wara utra kunja mu ache na kwakunu embribi no me na mpese yi na bia na se Ghana mine na no mpese yi na
but also wo ba say yi na di nti em say account no ni wanya nem
okay kwakunu misra wo facha mi na embribi du ya Ghana yi nara ana me boa okay FM kwa mo okay kam kra
ba say me man go president also wo ba president also
me ko president me
also ko yes what
me ko president me so wa boni
o ko ka chair president so yi na di
na president me so bi adu so madam fo bi adu so ni din ko
en tu ko ka chair so
also ko ka chair president so yi na
hu hia ye bi adu de ma se ko dum pepe so bi a anopa ye me program ha ya subu kwa me bo obi ara so yi na di
yi na di
kwakwa ni do ponka
also the would take step former president me was our brante wo ye ni amo ho sam na yi na di
okay no so ka wo so
ebacho on casa
brante na me peni dia boni de la coffee sisters no really be
Mr.
Anti yayi na gine de masa o de sami enye yi Ghana mani na no nipa dodo na ase enyi na di
but so the other can the boss. Yes, so the other can the boss.
After you kika ba
heads must roll. Heads must and the was a head must roll now can heads must roll. Okudabu.
Masa nyanisa. Masa abanta nyanisa. Pacho. You say aye kasa.
Koku say wo de. Kutu anamon ko catch president me say. I didn't know that's on the adwuma.
Okay. Pacho. Enya branti nisa. I think you should be fair to him. Abranti on Rankasa Bonti Abekase, Mumana Duma obey. Now better Hana Bay and heads must roll near the
Gracie, we are diabolic, my poor problem.
Chama to was and the president government ankwesi say we dibra experience when you na and the president e mo Juma say bra be so man to onye
na bi pacho e bia woni mu dada o sheda na wo tempt me
ana me say and we put experience
pacho bisa na na kufuado say 2021 one frame he said
2021
be
hey masan pacho 2001 na kufuado shana bisa no one frame and call you office
tema no ya toni o appointment
some ye na toni de na ye win election we na bisa no komo ni midi ono pacho mi ba baba ono na frame mi ka chere mi so man pani kufu ka chere ni say person mi yet ma wa ben
okay
na bisa no na kufuado so mi ka say mi no china
it because any na so ko se bra be sum ma ya enti be ya na wonye
pacho ti
you're not answering the question.
President Mills. You're too about man no within Kunim. On one case, friend, catch me position I would be mammy. Because I'm Salabraka, mean yet. Why? I was to become Ghana's ambassador to Cuba.
Cuba is open.
But I refused to take that appointment.
So, your ambassador,
my refusal appointments on several occasions. I will refuse it today. I will refuse it. I've refused one offer which came through him before.
Okay.
And I will refuse it again.
Okay. Now the one small man you. To in the capacity a bit to me assume now they are boy.
Yeah, me throw newspaper there. They don't found some mine.
You
this all ambassador and some was some mine. And I just all diminish and some was some mine.
And your Kokrokoo or no some. Kokrokoo.
Oh, me yasam. So no me was someone no na some me yasam. Ni onye me boni, miss me no boni. Na so ni me was some there. Oh no na some.
Has Kwesi Pratt so soon forgotten how he tried in vain with a collaboration of I take that word out, to get President Atamos to sack me from the presidency? But President Atamos did not budge. If he does not talking about Jerry John Rawlings, I'll expose him. Did Kwesi Pratt not come to the office of President Atamos one morning and one baby with sharp teeth to attempt to get President Atamos to sack me? Shame on Kwesi, blah blah. And then
Maza, one thing I can tell you for sure. President Mills was my friend. Everybody
knows that.
Yeah. I never visited President Mills with any baby. No, and I mean it. I mean it in the full meaning of the word. Never. Not with any of those people who have been described as babies with sharp teeth or with real babies. Never did I visit President Mills with any of them. I can say that confidently. Never. Not once. Never. It didn't happen. But, Masa, hey, this is a democratic space.
Yeah, man.
It's a democratic space. And you'll be an SON me a dream. And then you'll be an mission as a mini dream. And one say you answer my can. Yan can so. That's all. Finish.
Finish. And me too, I finish. I close. Oh, Ghana for. Did you tell Professor Mills to sack Kokrokoo or not? Simple. Kwame, ask him.
Also, I said, what you
I said, you probably bring a young. Now, I be quite so what you to say. Let heads must rule.
Heads rule. They send you on the car, say ECG, a bobo, light a doom.
Question Pratt and Cassie and Bobo.
No, you are accused of being unfair to him. So, be a criminal, so dear. What now come, we shall have President Mills also a Brantiano, and near more some more and M1.
Kato said me kokai said me amon something. What can some biscuit area? Man fa bronya hon ko biscuit. Okay, what's the matter? And I just bronya ba. And I won't fa hon na dey we crackers.
But guys, because he has more can. What you came there one fine morning?
Crazy. You may share me that say.
Come on, that's me
Shouting out to you, Mefia, my Mefia, who's been listening and having a ball. And to you, Sampine, as well.